Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Right then, so after my last Doctor Who video with what's going on, we shall see how it pans out. As I said, I may end up with egg on my face. Who knows? Well, I say that, but then this article has dropped on the Independent. Why the new Doctor Who spoilers could spell bad news for fans like me. The plot point, if real, has attracted well-earned criticism from fans of the show. This was 2 days ago. And this, I only just found this, so no, this wasn't what the source that I actually got. So, I love Doctor Who. I'm exactly the right age to have grown up with the 2005 reboot. But even before that, my mum had introduced me to the unhinged glory of Tom Baker years and underappreciated TV movie. Yeah, TV movies kind of Marmite thing. Yeah, I thought it was all right, but there you go. The show had its ups and downs the past 6 decades, more downs than ups in recent years, very true. But with the return of Russell T Davies to get the show back on track after the wildly uneven Chibnall era, fans were being optimistic about the future of the series. Not me, but then again, I was one of the few who didn't see it as it should be. Although my camera's moved a little bit. There we go. However, new leaks have emerged regarding the current crop of Doctor Who specials that have already soured that optimism and made fans like me very nervous about the future of the show. Same here. But I've been saying it for a while now. But in any case, let's carry on. If you aren't terminally online, nerd like me, you may have missed the fact that spoilers have been online for weeks. Even if you've accidentally stumbled across them, it's possible that, like many other people, you've already dismissed them out of hand because how ridiculous and made up they sound. They do. But the problem is, as we'll find out, as I said, I've not, as always, when I read an article, straight up as it goes. It's never a good sign when the plot of your highly anticipated show gets leaked and everybody ignores it because surely no one would do something that stupid. Unfortunately, between the airing of the first special and the official materials have been released for the next two, the leaks seem to have been all but confirmed as true, which is very true. If you're sensitive about spoilers, now is your last chance to turn back. Although, if you're sensitive about spoilers, why did you click on the article with spoilers in the title? You masochistic. I like this bloke, he writes well. That's funny. According to leaks on Reddit and X, formerly known as Twitter, the 9th of December episode of Doctor Who, titled The Giggle, will feature David Tennant's regeneration scene and introduce the new Doctor shooting Gatwan. While it was expected it would be the specific manner in which the Doctor will regenerate. While most Doctors transform into their next form, essentially killing off the previous incarnation, Tennant will allegedly undergo a bi-regeneration. Essentially, this means that rather than one Doctor transforming into a new character and allowing the new actor to take up the mantle, it has been a tradition since William Hartnell first regenerated in the Patrick Troughton in the 60s. And let's be honest, that was a masterstroke of how to be able to. It's the only show that can do it, has done it, and it's the only show that got away with it. Where you could bring in a new companion, a new Doctor, for obvious reasons, because poor Willie Hartnell was not very well, and do it in such a way that that person can take over the show. It basically signed up its longevity, for all intents and purposes, actors-wise, any case. The Tennant incarnation of the Doctor will split into two distinct entities. As I said, Shooty's just going to appear. The Tennant Doctor will remain alive and free to go on adventures with his companion Donna Noble, while the ongoing series will follow the new Dr. Gatwan on his adventures. Well, there is a saying, don't always put all your eggs in one basket, but the plot point, if real, has attracted well-earned criticism from fans of the show, who have pointed out that having two Doctors will automatically make the new unfamiliar incarnation feel like a cheap imitation. Some are referring to him as the clone Doctor. Well, yeah. And it isn't great look for the first mainline Black Doctor and one played by an LGBTQ plus actor at that. Christopher Eccleston was my Doctor, not just because he's from my neck of the woods. He actually went to the same school as me. Nice name drop. But I'll always have love for him kickstarting an amazing new era. Sure, he may have been bailed after one season, but what a hell of a season. And now with the way that Russell T Davies is acting and what Christopher said, you perhaps understand why. That being said, I know enough is enough. It would be great to see Eccleston back in the Tardis again, but he had his run, and it was fantastic. Even if we would come back, I'd only want to see him in one-off, a multi-Doctor special or a flashback episode. Likewise, it's been great seeing Tennant step back into the role. Now, before anyone goes, David Tennant has slipped perfectly back into the role. It's literally like he never left. No, I haven't. If you've actually bothered to pay attention to what I've been saying, I haven't been criticising any of the actors whatsoever. I criticised Rose, Yasmin Finney, because it was really bad acting. But then again, this is a new actor. But the problem with that is they hyped her up so well, as if she was this amazing actor, and to be fair, it fell quite flat. But other than that, as you know, I'm not a huge fan of Catherine Tate as Donna Noble, but to be fair, their acting has been absolutely on the nose. You cannot deny that, and I wouldn't deny that. Tennant's literally slipped straight back into the role. Sadly, the writing and the direction the show's going in is completely different, but their acting ability has never been in question and never would be questioned, to be fair, because David Tennant, for all his foibles and things in his own private life and etc. and all that sort of stuff, he's a great actor. He genuinely is, and kudos to him. I mean, let's be honest, I didn't realise he was Scottish until after he left Doctor Who and he spoke on a show and he spoke with a Scottish accent. So that's the mark of a good actor. Remember see that, Jodie Whittaker? Someone who can do an accent. And by the way, I've seen Jodie on your new show with your Australian accent. Okay. Any case, let's carry on. Well, it was great seeing Tennant step into the role again, but breaking tradition to keep his version of the character forever lurking in the background feels like a slap in the face to anyone else who's ever piloted that big, beautiful blue box. When his character said he didn't want to go for the first time he regenerated, it took it as a little moment of dramatic pathos, but apparently it was a threat. I like this. Good article. When the BBC revealed Doctor Who's new audience in the 2000s, they didn't keep Sylvester McCoy on hand milling around in the background, just in case the man-clad with the big ears didn't work out. Which is probably another reason why it's happening. I never thought of that. That's smart thinking. If they had, who knows if people would have even been invested enough in the character to justify a second series which introduced Tennant in the first place? Good question. The BBC's inability to let go of this specific iteration is their most iconic character is symptomatic of a wider trend in movies and television, where studios are so terrified of creating new things that they hold on to what they know works until the wheels come off. Well said, sir. Well said. Absolutely brilliant and 100% true. Disney is still making Star Wars movies about the same 20-year period in galactic history, true, sharing the same characters, half of which we saw die back in the 70s. Marvel is talking about bringing back a near 60-year-old Robert Downey Jr. to revive the character that killed off in a movie that was literally called Endgame. Yeah, but that shows you the desperation. We're getting a live-action versions of animated movies that came out under a century ago. I'm realising that a lot of these are Disney, which has just bought the rights to the show Doctor Who in America. That's probably just a coincidence. Is it? I love nostalgia as much as the next person, but there is a limit. After a certain point, we are being babied. We are being taught, as viewers, to never let go of anything. The fact is, these things are what we love so special precisely because they are transient. They are here for a little while, and then they go away, and we move on to something new, and hopefully equally wonderful. We are completely unprepared for the future, where these things we love are gone by virtue of necessity or worse, kept around at the behest of some soulless AI algorithm. I will watch the rest of the specials, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Gatwan does with the role. Well, as I said, quite a lot of people won't be. But, again, if that's what you want to do, and if you think it's great, I'm 100% happy for you. I know people keep thinking I just say these things, but I am. I would never... I don't criticise anyone for enjoying a show. If you enjoy it, that's great. If I don't enjoy it, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm still, allowed to say things about the show, but I never criticise those people who watched the show because that's just stupid. Yeah, one man's Rolls Royce is another man's Mini. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. If you're enjoying any show, if you're enjoying it, kudos to you, and I'm glad you find that way to have some entertainment. My wife loves soaps. I hate them with a passion. My wife likes watching Loose Women. I hate that. with a passion. But in reality, even though I do have my digs now and again, because she has her digs at me, which is, I guess what married people do, um, it's what she likes. It's as simple as that. But the lack of a clean break is going to loom large. Maybe Russell T Davies should consider trying something new. Maybe it's time for a change. There you go. So it's not just me who's coming out and saying things. People are worried, seriously concerned about the way and the direction that Doctor Who is going. Yeah, so now there is an issue with the information I was told on the Tardis. Because we have seen shots, thanks for people pointing this out, and I've noticed it myself, that there are some shots of Shooty filming with the Tardis. So maybe that's not right. But then, so if it isn't, that's fine. But there's going to be 2 Tardises, I presume, which will be interesting. So he will get his own Tardis. Maybe the blue box won't disappear. And the more I've thought about it, they've spent an awful lot of time building that set. The one which is a great console, but ramps going nowhere. It just looks like the interior of an iPad. So perhaps we're going to have 2 Tardises. But this split, basically saying this is New Who with Shooty Disney Who, and the old Who stops where it is, just in case it all goes wrong. As the guy who wrote this article was actually saying, it's all possible. So it'd be interesting to see. I mean, let's be honest. You're looking all over social media. Doctor Who at the moment is getting absolutely smacked left, right, and centre. Now, as I said, there are people who enjoy it, and that's absolutely fine. That's brilliant. But a lot of people, even some channels I've never even heard of, are now mentioning it. Talk TV are talking about it. It's it's a big thing that people aren't happy about the way that it's panned out, the way it's going, the way it's set up. People can see something coming and they don't like what they can see. It would help if I straighten my glasses out. There you go. I didn't look like a bit of bloody Morecambe and Wise sketch. Any case, so yeah, so there's a lot coming, and it's all not good. So it's not long now till Saturday, and we'll all find out what's going on. I'm going to be absolutely shattered. I've got a busy week this week with moving one of my daughters to a new house, which is going to knacker me out. But that's the way it goes, rights of a father and all that. So, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to like and share. If you want to see some more videos like this, just hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for all of you who've just recently subscribed. It's much appreciated. Genuinely it is. And I hope I can continue to provide content that keeps you enthralled and engaged. Thanks for all the comments, even those ones that have called me a retard and God knows what else. Thanks for the interaction. It really helps the channel. Thanks for the view. Well, I mean, I know you didn't really view it. You're probably just doing as you were told, or you just thought because of the title of it, you'd just say that. But if you did watch, thanks for the watch. Thanks for the view. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for the interaction. It's all mightily approved and accepted and appreciated. And with that, I'm going to go. Whenever you catch up with this video, I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, or evening. And with that, and as always, and until the next one, I am going to love you and leave you.